Hello, I'm Brian Hungarter, Wealth Advisor at Gerard, and I'm joined today by Gerard's Director of Wealth Planning, Eva Victor. Eva and I are going to discuss all things estate planning triage in 10 minutes or less. We're going to discuss ultra high net worth estate tax strategy for our young professional clients, and everyone in between. Eva, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
So Eva, obviously the world of estate planning is quite broad and all-inclusive. But if we had to sum it up, what does estate planning mean to you?
Well, in broad terms, I think the elements of a good estate plan include thoughtful consideration of how you wish to provide for your own needs, the needs of your family or other individuals, or your community, charitable causes that are important to you, both during your lifetime and following your death. And above all, a well-designed plan should provide clarity, certainty, and peace of mind, ensuring the effective management and protection of assets, and then ultimately the efficient and predictable transfer of assets to intended recipients in the intended manner.
And as with all things planning oriented, we generally focus on primarily a client's goals and intentions. What are some specific goals that you tend to see in the estate planning process?
Well, I think today's estate planning reinforces the importance of a plan that reflects your core objectives and priorities. And this can include managing income taxes or wealth transfer taxes, protecting assets and legacies from potential creditors, planning for the transfer or disposition of a closely held business interest, providing for individuals with special needs or circumstances, funding for children's or grandchildren's educations, addressing the issue of equity of inheritance among beneficiaries and heirs, providing for a favorite charity, and ensuring adequate liquidity is in place to protect the plan. Also, given changes that frequently occur in personal or financial circumstances, a good plan should also foster and preserve flexibility.
Eva, given that there are so many goals and so many different ideals that folks might have and long-term intentions to accomplish, what are some of the can't miss documents to an estate plan? And then what are some of the strategy dependent documents that you might see?
Well, I think a comprehensive estate plan or estate plan review should include a review of important planning documents, including your will, any existing inter vivos or testamentary trusts, and powers of attorney for healthcare and property management decisions. This should also include a review of your chosen fiduciaries, such as executors, trustees, or other agents and representatives who are going to be charged with administering your assets and carrying out your wishes. And there should also be some discussion of any significant changes in your circumstances, key events such as a marriage, divorce, birth or death of a loved one, changes in employment status, changes in personal or business relationships, or tax law changes, which may impact your planning documents and your planning objectives.
So let's get a little more specific now and talk about maybe some of our different client segments or demographics and what is important to them. So let's just talk generally for a second. What should all estate plans include regardless of stage of life or wealth?
Well, I think certainly with regard to all individuals and irrespective of net worth, the plan should include a review of current asset titling and contractual beneficiary designations. And this includes assets such as retirement plan interests, IRAs, bank and brokerage accounts, and life insurance to ensure that they're properly aligned with the overall plan and reflect your current wishes.
And then to get a little more specific, what are some things that our estate tax sensitive clients may want to consider?
Well, I think planning considerations for high net worth individuals should certainly include the effective use of the currently elevated federal gift and estate tax exclusions, and perhaps consideration of one or more planning strategies that can leverage these exclusions and significantly reduce gift and estate tax exposure.
How about for our young professional clients, those that are just getting on their feet, or maybe they're starting a young family?
Well, younger clients, including new parents, should also be sure to include protective provisions in their planning documents, including the nomination of legal guardians for their minor children, as well as successor guardians. Parents and grandparents of young children or even young adults may also want to consider the use of trusts, which can provide protection and control, particularly in the case of a significant gift or a bequest, or where an outright transfer may be imprudent or unwise.
So, as we've heard today, There is much to consider when creating and reviewing an estate plan, be it income planning, asset planning, business succession planning, charitable planning, and any number of different plannings I could throw onto this. So, Eva, to wrap us all up, do you have any closing remarks you'd like to add?
Well, I think one important point to keep in mind is that effective estate planning is not a once and done process. Your advisor should initiate timely plan reviews with you and on a regular basis to ensure that your plan incorporates the desired flexibility to accommodate the inevitable future changes in your circumstances and objectives.
And it's also critical that your advisory team is on the same page. Your wealth advisor should be in contact with your tax professionals and with your legal team to make sure that everyone's aligned in the same strategy and understanding your goals. You're the most important one, the client, and our team should be working with you, next to you, and alongside of you to make those dreams a reality. With that said, Eva, thank you so much for your time today. And you, the listener, thank you so much for staying engaged. To learn more about all things estate planning, please visit our website, meetgerard.com. While there, you'll also find contact info for myself, for Eva, and the rest of our team. This way, we can get together and schedule that annual estate plan review. Thanks again for your time, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.